Hello and welcome for a quick recap on what's happening within this greenhouse. Today I'm going to show you what I see and what I'm going to do in terms of organizing stuff so that I don't have a lot of work to do afterward, so that all the plants know where to go, because as you can see here it's a little bit of a mess. Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks I didn't check this. The devices are still taking care of the plants, so that's a good thing to know. And we now have new things like this prototype of automatic top off for the water. I will show you guys all of this work. First thing first, I'm gonna clean things up and take care of those plants, so I know that if they are okay, I am okay, and everything is fine. Okay, let's go. Okay, so for the ebb and flow, I've set things. I've got one plant here, another here, two here in that line, and only one here on that axis. So what I wanted to do is to divide this. This is a square, so we're gonna think about it like a 9-box. We call it morpion in France. So a checker, yeah, 3 by 3 zones. So what I did is I've made little holes on the middle and on each part between middle and the exterior, in order to have 3 lines going through, and I have the same at the back. So those lines are pretty rigid right now. This structure will not move a lot because we have a lot of weight here maintaining the whole thing. And the goal here is to do the same kind of line but up, so that I can take new cables from the base of each plant and go up, so we have clear pathways for all the plants. So okay, let's do that. Okay, so the lines are placed, meaning that I have each line coming from each plant. So you can see I've added a bit of tension because I will know things will equalize within all those cables in terms of tension. Also, I'm using electric cables. Those are, I don't want to make a mistake, but it's 1.5 type cable, this house grade, and you can get rolls of those for a very fair price in your retail store. And they're pretty handy because they are quite soft on the plant, and also you can work on it pretty easily. It's easy to bend and to do forms with it. It's easy to cut too, and it's not totally hard, so you can flex and play on this ability to flex. So yeah, here we have one plant here, tomato. We have some pumpkin here, and tomato, cucumber, other tomato. So right now will be the moment of stress where we try to add some hooks, some guides to those cables in order to raise the plants and give their new trajectory. Okay, let's go. Okay, so here we are. I've made 2 guides per cable, so one at this height on average, and the second one at this height. And when the plant gets higher, we'll be able to leave guides right there. If it goes as high as here, I will not leave the plants go onto the roof, because you will have the leaves in contact of the roof, and during the night you will have humidity that is created there and trapped there, and it's not good for all the mushrooms and parasites you can have on plants. So what I will do is, when they go right there at this level, I will put other guides to go horizontal this time, on each side. And if I have to put meshes between the leaves, the top leaves, if I have to put a mesh between the roof and the plants, I will do it so that the mesh wire can keep the leaves not in contact with the roof. Okay, so it's time to take our plants and put them in their new trajectory. You have to be really careful at that point, because as you can see, they can look pretty big already, but they can break. Especially this guy here, the cucumber plant. It's a plant that has a real tendency to easily break when you apply force to it, so you have to be really gentle and really slow. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is the first plant I'm doing. This is the tomato plant. You also have to be careful to use those colors and not be too tight, because you will damage the plant. And what I can see right away is that the height of this plant, here is the first stage where I can tie it to my cable, and it's pretty along all those parts, so all the friction will be here, the stress will be here. So what I will do, I will add those one of those more at this level, at 50 medium level, between top and bottom, so that we have a second attachment that would be better and not stress the plants more than it needs to be. Okay, so I've made the two tomato plants, and I made this guy, which is already pretty tall, as you can see. And we have a surprise. The surprise is this one. The pumpkin, I thought it was going there, and it turns out. But yeah, it's going pretty far. It's going there. It's growing and it's growing. So I'm gonna have to think about an alternate way, an alternate path for him, so that there is no issue with the other plants.